What if I told you there was a celebrity who described their death down to the very last detail before it happened? Not in a movie script, not in a dream, but in real life. What you're about to hear will shake your belief in coincidence forever. Today we're diving into a story that blends fate, fear, and the final words of a celebrity who seemed to know exactly when and how their life would end. Most people fear death. But what happens when someone embraces it, and then it happens exactly the way they said it would? Our story begins with Julian Casablanca, rising Hollywood actor in the early 2000s. Charismatic, intelligent, and deeply spiritual, Julian wasn't just another face in the crowd. He was a thinker, fascinated by philosophy, mortality, and the afterlife. In interviews, he often joked about death, but those jokes would soon sound like warnings. His career took off after a breakout role in a psychological thriller. Fame, parties, and tabloid attention followed, but close friends reported that Julian was often withdrawn in private, obsessed with the idea that he wouldn't live past 30. Most called it paranoia. He called it destiny. He told his best friend, "I'll die in a car crash, alone at night." 2 years later, the predictions, Julian's strange comments about death weren't one-offs. In multiple interviews, archived podcasts, and even diary entries later leaked online, he described vivid dreams of a black car, rain, and headlights. In one clip, he laughs nervously and says, "If I ever die, just know I probably saw it coming." A podcast from 2008 contains one of the most bone-chilling statements. "You know how some people feel when the end is near? I feel like it's already written, like I'm just walking the path." Journalists wrote off his behavior as dramatic. Fans thought it was part of his brand. But after what happened next, everyone started to look back with horror.
Every single one.
The death in a rainy October night in 2010. Julian left a small wrap party for an indie film he was producing. CCTV footage showed him leaving the venue alone. He refused a ride from a friend. Witnesses reported seeing his car speed through a sharp turn near Mulholland Drive. At 2:13 a.m., emergency services responded to a single vehicle crash. Julian's black sports car had veered off the road and smashed into a tree. The impact killed him instantly. Autopsy reports confirmed he died alone, at night, in the exact kind of crash he'd described, down to the location type, time of night, and weather conditions. Friends were stunned. His fans were haunted. The internet exploded with theories. Tupac Shakur. He wasn't just a rapper. He was a revolutionary poet, angry and fearless. He was the voice of rebellion, a poet with bullets in his verses. Tupac Shakur knew death was coming. He didn't hide from it. He rapped it. He spoke it. He lived like a man running out of time. From a young age, Tupac carried death on his back like a shadow. In 1995, while still in prison, he wrote, "My only fear of death is coming back reincarnated." September 7th, 1996. Las Vegas. Tupac had just watched Mike Tyson win a fight. He was riding in a black BMW with Death Row CEO Suge Knight. As they stopped at a red light, a white Cadillac pulled up beside them. For bullets tore through Tupac's chest and lung. He was rushed to the hospital. For 6 days, he drifted in and out of consciousness. No music, no cameras, no fans. But that wasn't the end. Fans noticed something strange. His final album, The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory, was released just weeks later. The name Machiavelli, an alias inspired by Niccolo Machiavelli, the philosopher who faked his own death to gain power. Moreover, in his lyrics, he prophesies, "I've been shot and murdered, can't tell you how it happened. To this day, conspiracy theories swirl. Some believe he escaped, others say he's alive in Cuba. But one thing is certain, Tupac didn't just live fast, he saw the end and wrapped it into existence. Kurt Cobain, The 27 Club Tragedy, 1994. Kurt Cobain wasn't built for fame. He hated the spotlight. It loved him by the time Nirvana exploded onto the scene with Smells Like Teen Spirit. Kurt had already begun to fall apart, and he knew it. In his journals, scribbled between lyrics and rants about the music industry, he wrote, "I'm too sensitive. I need to die." He was obsessed with the 27 Club, the infamous group of musicians who all died at the age of 27. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, all icons, all gone too soon. Kurt once told a friend, "I think I'll be a part of that club too." His music became darker, more self-destructive. Songs like "I Hate Myself" and "Want to Die" weren't metaphors, they were warnings. By 1994, his drug addiction had spiraled. He overdosed in Rome just 1 month before his death, when he survived. Courtney Love called it a suicide attempt. Kurt denied it. But the truth was, he was slipping away. April 5, 1994, Seattle, alone in his greenhouse above the garage. Kurt loaded a shotgun, placed it to his chin, and pulled the trigger. His body was discovered 3 days later, next to him. A suicide note addressed to his childhood imaginary friend, Buddha. In it, he wrote, "It's better to burn out than to fade away." A quote he borrowed from Neil Young. But for Kurt, it was a declaration. He didn't want to fade. He wanted to disappear in flame like every other tragic legend before him. A 27, exactly as he feared. Exactly as he called it. A rapper, a rock star. Each one warned us. Each one died exactly as they said. Was it fate, a curse, or a price for fame? They didn't just predict their deaths, they walked into them. 3 legends, 3 prophecies. One question remains. What? If you could see your own ending, would you run from it, or live like you had nothing left to lose? Which prophecy haunts you the most? Comment below, and don't forget, some stories never really die. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.